In the heartland of Umuofia, where the river Niger snaked its sinuous path, lived Ihuoma. Her name is sweet as honey. She was not merely a woman. She was Onwanetsilora, the moon goddess, cloaked in human form. Before she became human, her laughter was like the sound of silver rain, and her eyes held the secrets of the stars. With a tilt of her head, she summoned the rains to nourish the earth. A gentle sigh from her lips brought out the sun, warming the land and ripening the crops. And when night fell, she transformed into the moon, a silvery disk that guided lost souls and inspired dreams. Life in Umuofia was full of peace and activity. The villagers lived in humble huts and enjoyed traditional foods. The men worked on their farms. Women wove baskets, and children played joyfully, chasing each other and creating their own adventures. Their laughter, a sweet melody in the air. But one night, everything changed. In the heavens, Onwanetsilora ruled the night sky with her bright, shining eye. She had the power to light up the darkness, control the tides, and influence dreams and emotions. She was the protector of fertility and watched over women during childbirth. Her reign was one of balance and harmony, nurturing both the land and its people. A feeling of unease began to settle over the land. The once harmonious balance was disrupted. Eze, the king, a man whose ambition was as vast as the sky, wanted more than just mortal power. In Umuofia's beliefs, the moon was more than a celestial body. It was the lifeblood of the land, regulating the seasons and influencing human emotions. Its power was coveted for its insatiable thirst for control. So the ambitious King Eze, driven by his desire for power, sought the moon goddess's abilities for himself. To achieve his goal, Eze turned to Ihuoma, a shadowy figure known for her strong magic. Ihuoma was not just a witch. She was a demon, a creature of pure malice. Her beauty was deceptive, hiding her sinister intentions. With eyes that held the promise of storms and a laugh like the cackle of a hyena, she was a harbinger of misfortune. She promised the king unimaginable power, control over the weather, and the ability to conquer neighboring kingdoms. Enticed by the prospect of godlike power, the king allowed her to perform dark magic. Under the cover of night, they performed a dark magic, to steal the moon goddess's powers. The night was filled with eerie incantations, rolling thunder, and flashes of lightning. The air grew thick with foreboding as the ritual reached its peak. A blinding flash of light erupted from the palace, shaking the very foundations of the earth. When the light faded, the moon was dimmed, a mere silver in the night sky. The world descended into chaos. The rain fell without mercy, flooding homes and farmlands. The sun blazed with relentless fury, scorching the land. The villagers, bewildered and frightened, sensed a terrible omen and knew they would soon face the consequences. They turned to their gods for answers. Old women, their eyes clouded with worry, whispered of a curse, a punishment from the angered spirits. Ihuoma, her essence stolen, was violently thrust from her celestial realm. She fell towards the earth, a shooting star of divine light. As she fell, the shock caused her to lose consciousness, turning her into a mortal form. When she finally landed in Umuofia, she was weak and disoriented, her memory clouded by the shock of the fall, and her powers stripped away. Unaware of her divine identity, wandering the land, a lost soul in a familiar world. Chike, a young hunter with eyes as deep as the forest, found her huddled beneath an ancient Iroko tree. She was a picture of vulnerability, her form shivering not from the cold, but from the terror within. Her eyes, once celestial orbs, held a vacant, lost look. She was unable to speak, her mind a blank slate. Fearful and confused, she tried to flee, but Chike's gentle persistence calmed her. Their initial encounters were marked by caution on Ihuoma's path. Gradually, their paths intertwined. Chike's patience was as vast as the endless sky, and his kindness as gentle as the evening breeze. During one of their encounters, as he tried to comfort her, she murmured a sound, a whisper carried by the wind. It sounded like Ihuoma. Chike held onto this sound, using it as her name. Over time, as if by magic, she began to respond to the name. As days turned into weeks, Ihuoma started to feel more at home in the village. Chike taught her about village life, introducing her to the neighbors and involving her in everyday activities. The villagers, Though wary at first, soon warmed up to her kind nature and beauty, and embraced her as one of their own. Their love grew gently, like the first shoots of yam after the rains. Chike and Ihuoma shared meals, laughed under the starlit sky, their voices mingling with the chorus of crickets, and they became inseparable. The villagers gossiped about the strange yet beautiful woman who had captured the heart of their beloved hunter. Their wedding was a vibrant celebration of love and community. The villagers gathered in the village square, adorned in their finest traditional attire. There was a small feast with delicious food. Palm wine flowed freely, and the air was filled with the joyful sounds of drums, flutes, and singing. Women danced gracefully, their colorful wrappers swirling in rhythm with the music. Children laughed and played, adding to the festive atmosphere. Ihuoma, in her traditional attire, looked radiant. She was a vision of beauty and grace as she exchanged vows with Chike. The villagers celebrated with them, their hearts filled with happiness and hope for the couple's future. A year passed, and the love deepened. Ihuoma fell pregnant. Her pregnancy was a time of joy and anticipation in their household. Chike took great care of her, and the villagers often came by with gifts and well wishes. Ihuoma cherished this new chapter in her life, nurturing her growing child with love and care. When their son, Ahanna, was born, he brought even more joy to their lives. Ahanna was a joyful child, full of life and curiosity. Ihuoma cherished her role as a mother, nurturing Ahanna with love and care, while Chike, her doting father, taught the young boy the ways of the hunter. Yet an undercurrent of unease flowed beneath the tranquility. Ihuoma would often slip away at night, drawn by an unseen force, only to return with no memory of where she had been, and her eyes filled with a distant look. Chike, sensing her distress, would ask, but she would brush it off with a tender smile. Sometimes the weather seemed to change with her moods, and Chike noticed her growing more distant. Chike's worry grew as the strange occurrences became more frequent. He would find her standing by the river, gazing at the moon with a faraway look in her eyes. Despite this moment of strangeness, Chike still cherished and loved her. One night, Ihuoma began having vivid hunting dreams. She saw herself as a moon goddess, her powers stolen by the wicked king and his dark ally. These dreams slowly revealed her true identity and the source of her powers. Fearful of what this meant and unsure of how to explain it to Chike, she kept this truth hidden. As her memories returned, Ihuoma realized she needed to retrieve her stolen powers to restore balance to the village. She devised a plan to infiltrate the palace, disguising herself as a maid to get close to the king and Akamwa. One evening, unable to bear the burden of her secret any longer, Ihuoma confessed her true identity to Chike. She explained that she was Onwanetilora, the moon goddess, and that her powers had been stolen by the king and Akamwa. Chike, overwhelmed with fear and worry, was horrified by the revelation that he had been married to a goddess. The gravity of the situation and the potential dangers weighed heavily on him. Unable to process this revelation, Chike fled into the night, disappearing into the dense forest that bordered their village. He sought refuge in a small, secluded hut, living there for several days, consumed by fear and confusion. Meanwhile, Ihuoma was left worried and heartbroken. During Chike's time in the forest, a strange and serene woman appeared to him. Her presence brought an otherworldly calm, and she spoke with a wisdom that suited Chike's troubled heart. She revealed that Ihuoma was indeed a kind goddess who needed to regain her powers to restore balance in Umuofia and the world. The woman emphasized the crucial role of Chike's love and support in helping Ihuoma fight and win the battle against the king and Akamwa. The mysterious woman's words deeply resonated with Chike. Realizing the gravity of the situation and the importance of supporting Ihuoma, he decided to return to the village. He knew that his love and support were crucial for Ihuoma to reclaim her powers and restore balance. Upon his return, Chike found Ihuoma in their hut, her eyes filled with worry and sadness. He took her hands in his and promised to stand by her side. No matter what challenges lay ahead, Ihuoma, relieved and filled with newfound hope, embraced Chike, knowing that together they could face any danger. With Chike's support, Ihuoma refined a plan to infiltrate the palace. She would disguise herself as a maid, gaining access to the inner shrine where the king and Akamor kept her stolen powers. Chike would gather a group of trusted villagers to aid in the mission, ensuring that they had enough support to confront the evil duo. Ihuoma's disguise was flawless. She wore the simple clothes of a palace maid and kept her head bowed, blending in with the other servants. Her beauty, now subdued, made her appear as just another humble maid. As she worked in the palace, she observed the king and Akamor, learning their routines and weaknesses. The night of the confrontation arrived with an ominous atmosphere. Thunder roared across the sky and lightning flashed, illuminating the dark clouds above the palace. Chike and the villagers waited outside, hearts pounding with anticipation. Inside the palace, Ihuoma, her disguise as a maid shed, revealed her true form. Her celestial beauty and divine power radiated from her, casting a blinding light that startled the king and Akamor. The air crackled with energy as Ihuoma confronted the evil witch. Akamor snarled, her dark magic swirling around her like a storm. "You dare challenge me, moon goddess? I have come to reclaim what is mine," Ihuoma declared, her voice echoing with authority. The battle that ensued was fierce and electrifying. Bolts of lightning clashed with Akamor's dark energy, creating explosions that shook the palace walls. Thunderous booms reverberated through the halls as Ihuoma's power surged. The villagers outside could feel the ground tremble beneath their feet. Chike and the villagers fought bravely against the palace guards, their resolve strengthened by Ihuoma's divine presence. They pushed forward, determined to support their goddess. As Ihuoma's strength grew, her lights became blinding. With a final powerful burst, she banished Akamor from Umuofia, sending the witch's dark essence scattering into the wind. The king, overwhelmed by the display of divine power, fell to his knees in surrender. The moment Ihuoma's powers were fully restored, a brilliant light erupted from the palace, reaching up to the heavens. The clouds parted and the moon shone brightly, its light pure and radiant once more. The balance was restored and peace descended upon Umuofia. Though Ihuoma had reclaimed her powers, her heart ached with the love she had found in Umuofia. She knew that her place was in the sky, but she promised to always watch over the village. With her heavy heart, she ascended back to the heavens, her form becoming one with the moon. The villagers watched in awe, knowing that their goddess was returning to her rightful place. Ihuoma left her mark on Umuofia. The village flourished under the king's newfound wisdom and fairness, guided by the memory of the moon goddess's visit. Whenever the moon rose in the night sky, its light, gentle and watchful, the villagers felt Ihuoma's presence with them. They celebrated her during every full moon, gathering to tell stories of her bravery and kindness. Children were taught that the moon's light was a reminder of Ihuoma's eternal protection. Fields grew lush and bountiful, and the village prospered, blessed by the goddess's love. Chike, though saddened by Ihuoma's departure, felt her presence in every moonlit night. He dedicated his life to honoring her memory, teaching their son, Ahanna, the values of love, bravery, and kindness that Ihuoma had embodied. Ahanna grew up with the stories of his mother, proud of her divine heritage. He became a beloved figure in the village, his heart as strong and compassionate as Ihuoma's. The story of Ihuoma, the moon goddess, who fell to earth and brought light to Umuofia, became a cherished tale. It was a reminder that even in the darkest times, the love and courage of a goddess could bring balance and hope to the world. And every night, when the moon rose, the people of Umuofia knew that their goddess was with them, watching over her beloved village from the sky. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.